So what we got here is Husqvarna. No real identifying markers other than the engine, which is an M46 Sprint 375, powered by Briggs and Stratton. A couple of issues with it. I've already been through it once. The air filter was clogged with oil, and the governor spring was broken. I didn't have a replacement for the governor spring then, still don't, so what I did in the meantime was I used a bit of string wire, or wire, whatever, to make sure that the throttle actually throttled. Because that was one of the main things with it, regardless of what I did to the gas adjuster, it would just rev at the same volume. Well, anyway, what I did a couple of weeks ago, when I first noticed it was running badly, changed the spark plug, which was all kinds of black and crusty and corroded. Got it running, put the wire in place of the broken spring. So as you can see, one of the bolts is already missing. We're off to a great start. I feel like I need to be better with my imperial tools, but at the same time, there was some trouble with the oil as well. Looked at it a couple of weeks ago. It was very low on oil. Most of it was in the air filter. Unhook it here. That way I don't mess around with the factory settings on that, at least. Ground wire seems to be good. Take into consideration that the spark plug now is a couple of weeks, maybe a month old. We're going to pull it and see just how it looks. Okay. Yeah, it's black. Right. Alright, through poor focus and, quite frankly, almost criminal amount of brake clean, I've come to the conclusion that I think I'm just going to pull the head, because I have a new gasket, and yeah. Maybe I should get a bolster. Put him here for now. That was there, like so, and there we go. That's the throttle assembly. Well, or whatever. Put aside. Where did I put my tool? Alright, who's excited to see how much carbon and buildup there is? Surprisingly not too bad. Well, it's actually really crusty. And there. So there is compression. Yeah, what about the gasket, by the way? Okay. So this gasket's glued on, almost. That's the... What the hell? Okay, so it's... Wow. Yeah, okay, I think this head gasket's pretty much gone. So I'm going to do now is going to clean up this, which is as grimy as the top here. I'm going to clean up the top as well, get the remnants of the old gasket off. And we'll try to have a look at the carb. But honestly, I do think it's been run with old gasoline. And where I'm at, the gasoline is E10, rated E10, which means, I think it means that it's 10% ethanol or something. Which really doesn't do well with carbs of pretty much any kind. Also, petrol doesn't age well when it's got ethanol in it. I think the gas has been sitting for like a year now. I don't know what it's called in English. Yeah, no idea what it's called, but it's basically petrol without any ethanol. And it's not cheaper by any means, but it won't kill your small engines. Right, okay, we've gotten to the point now where I'm done cleaning both the head, scraped off the remnants of the old gasket, cleaned out the innards here. It's still a little black, but you know, that's to be expected. It's smoother than it was. Same goes for the cylinder head, the valves. Check the oil, everything looks decent. So just to shuffle this along, I'm going to smack on this new filter. No, I'm not. I'm going to smack on this new gasket. There we go. Nice new solid head gasket. And it goes on. Okay, that's just super annoying. Right, it's now been this many minutes. The appropriate gaskets arrived. As you can see, I've taken the spark assembly off here. I don't want to mess around too much with the ground wire, so I just set it aside. Because everything there is fine. A brisk cleanup to get rid of, I don't know, 15 years of poor maintenance. I put the carburetor back, and I'm currently in the process of putting the spark assembly, back. Normally you would use a card with the correct size, thickness. I'm using a piece of cardboard, does the same. Slip it in between the flywheel and the gasket, not the gasket, the spark maker. Find the magnet. There. Oop. Stay there. Come on. There. Now, we can tighten it down. I can just barely make out that there's a gap in between. I can see like the inside gubbins below here. So now for the fun bit. This is the new head gasket versus the old one. And you can, normally I would say you can't really see the difference, but you can see the difference here. So this has been run, and it's about done. This is how it's gonna sit. Now, this being a side mount, well, an engine on the side, what I'm going to do is thread the bolts in And I can hear you. I did make sure that I put them in the correct order. And I took them out. So these are the exact same bolts going into the exact same holes. There. And putting the gasket on the head. Oop. $13 mils. Still don't have you know, the whatever that's called. So I'm just gonna go by the Briggs standard for small engines, which is finger tight, which these about are. So tight you can't, well, so tight that you shouldn't be able to turn them without a tool, which these now, oh, this one's actually a little. And then it's half a turn, if I remember correctly. That's a quarter turn. Here. That's that sorted. They should be the same size, and I believe they are. I just want to start by saying that this is as awkward an angle for me as it is for you. Can go like that. Yeah, I did. Let's see how it runs. Right, I've now had it running for almost half an hour. Cut the entirety off the lawn as well. And it showed absolutely no signs of stopping. None of the surging. It doesn't pull fuel the best with that. Again, 15-year-old gasket will be replaced towards the autumn. Runs great other than that. So yeah, head gasket, flushed out the carb, good to go.